Hey everybody, it's John Randall here from the Golf Performance Project in Victoria. Just some quick thoughts. Get asked all the time about weight shift and pressure shift and those sorts of things in the golf swing. So certainly there's a number of different ways of swinging the golf club. There's a number of different ways of using the ground, so to speak. But using my own broken down swing here, I'm just going to take you through a few thoughts of what we see in terms of a general pattern of how good players will generally be using the ground during a golf swing. So here on obviously is me setting up to a golf ball. Over here on the lower right hand side of the screen, we've got the foot or the pressure trace. This is the left foot. As you're looking at it, this is the right foot. So not to be confused with exactly matching the golfer that's facing you. So as you can see at address, roughly 50-50. Center of pressure, more or less in the center of my body, as you'd expect, pretty much on balance. Now as we set the club into motion here, you see as I go into the takeaway, the weight is moving to into my right foot. I get to be about left arm parallel in the backswing. You can see that it's about 3/4 to 80% into my right foot. Now this is where a lot of golf swings can be really improved, is that in good players, as the player nears the top, and you see this is one of my first few swings of the day, not like my swing is ever really that long, but with good players, the weight's going to start to move back to the left in transition, and then by this point in the golf swing, left arm parallel again, they're going to be back to about 75% or that thereabouts on the left foot. If we go through my swing one more time here, you'll see I get into my right foot and I go basically a little bit too far into my right foot, and I don't start moving back to the left as soon as I'd like. I'd rather see, as the club is finishing the swing right in here, I'd rather see from my own game those numbers on the left foot there. Like to see them starting to get closer to 50-50 as I start to change directions, and then by the time I get back to left arm parallel here on the way down, about 75-25 here, left foot to right foot. So you can see I get stuck on my right side a little bit longer than I'd like to. That's something I'm going to be working on moving forward. And then of course by the time we get to impact, you can see large majority of the weight, in my case about 72%. Again, you can imagine if I was to start transitioning to my left side a little bit earlier in the transition, this number would be a little larger by the time I get to impact, and that would be a better thing as well. And then of course, as most people, getting into the finish position, finishing with, pretty much all of my weight on my left side. So if we ran through it very quickly, about 50-50 at the start. Most players, left arm parallel to the ground on the way back, roughly 75-25 or in that neighborhood. You can see I'm okay there, 80-20. Getting up to the top, we'd like to see that weight starting to move back to the left before the club finishes its journey. That's what I'm going to be working on by the time we get back to left arm parallel again, roughly 75-25. By the time we get into impact, roughly 80% left side, and of course finishing majority of the way through onto my left side. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of a window. Very cool tool here, the Swing Catalyst pressure mat and video system we use here at the Golf Performance Project. If you've got any curiosities about what your golf swing is doing or how you're using the ground, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. Talk soon.